Alright guys, I'm over here at the Walmart distribution center, and for this video basically I'm just going to give you guys an insight on what I like to call bullshit companies. This company I'm with now, I had quit, and basically what happened is I end up running right back. I went to a company that I guess basically lied and say, hey look, we'll have you home every weekend. And I basically know that that's bullshit. So what I told the guy was, hey look, if you can't have me home on a Friday, I can do a Saturday. As long as it's before 12 o'clock, I still got my entire day. That's cool, that's fine. Now on my behalf, what I didn't do was negotiate a pay, should I say. And what I mean by that is, within a week, I think my last week there, I ran for 3,800 miles. This guy said, hey look, pay is 1,200 bucks. So when you do the math on 35 to 3,800 miles, somewhere in that ballpark, basically it came up to like 30 cents a mile. So I'm like, dude, fuck no. Like, I've been doing this for like 6 years. You gotta be out your rabbit ass mind to think that I'm gonna work for 30 cents a mile. And before that, it was this guy called Arnold. He was from the same place as Arnold Schwarzenegger, talked just like him. He was just like a skinny version of him. And he broke it down first. And he ended up quitting because he said, hey, look, you gave us this piece of shit truck. This piece of shit truck broke down, and I was on your time for 4 days. I did whatever I could to get that truck up to date, and yet you paid me nothing. And I can honestly see where he's coming from, because if I ran, in that week, he actually ran 4,000 miles that week. And guys out there who's been doing it a while, 4,000 miles is fucking impossible. You gotta like literally pull some shit out your ass to do that. So basically he ended up quitting, and it was a bunch of red flags when I worked for this dude. So my first day there, the truck was a piece of shit. I literally should have grabbed my bags and ran for the fucking hills, but I didn't. So I tried to give the guy, I worked for him for a month in this piece of shit truck. Let me tell you why I should have quit out the gate when I got that piece of shit truck. First of all, the power steering stopped working, and he will only get it fixed in Indiana, and I was in North Carolina at the time. So either he said, when you come back to Florida, I gotta fix it, or I'll find you a load to Indiana. Now this is the thing, I'm already in North Carolina on a Wednesday. To get to Indiana, it's a Thursday, and I would have to drive like hell to make it back home to Florida on a Friday. And that's what I was doing. I would get a load around Indiana, Chicago, Wisconsin area, and I would drive like a fucking maniac trying to get home, like literally straight. I think that's somewhere in the 20 to 24 hour ballpark, depending on where you're at. So I would drive like a madman to get there. And I'm like, dude, I get there on a Friday, Saturday. Like, I did it, and I was getting home at a Friday, but the thing was, that was just burning me out. So I started, pacing myself and getting home on a Saturday. But this is the kicker. They wanted the load on a Monday, right? So they wanted it on a Monday, like 7 o'clock, and it was 3 hours away from me. So that means I would have to get up around, 4 o'clock in the morning, find the load. And I'm not find the load, but deliver the load. And I actually did that. Now this is the problem. It's either I'm gonna be cooped up in that truck for 4 hours until he finds a load when I could have still been in my bed, or I can take a chance and drive back home. And usually what happens is, by the time I drive back home on those 3 hours, he's calling to tell me, hey, I got a load for you, which isn't necessarily his fault. So I'm not really mad at that. With the right compensation, I can keep my lips closed, but he wasn't compensating right. So guys, I just want to let y'all know, what a lot of those companies say, hey look, we can get you home on a Friday, it's Monday through Friday. Do not take the base pay. Fuck that shit. Do not take the goddamn base pay. Negotiate a cents per mile, because I guarantee you they're going to get the better end of the deal. Now I can understand you getting a little bit of the better end of a deal. You pay me $1,500. I may do that for $1,500. But for 1,200 bucks, and then let me tell you another kicker. If you're in Florida, It's not many truck stops down here where you can actually park at. So for the longest, I was parking behind an abandoned Target. And it was this one lady, and she was just like eyeballing me. And I'm like, what the hell is her problem? Now, I've been parking behind this Target for the last six months without any problems. So, no, go ahead. So, like I say, I seen this one lady, and she's eyeballing me. And I'm like, bro, you're watching me like a fucking, like a fish in a fish tank. Like, why the hell are you watching me? So, long story short, she ended up calling Westway, and they end up charging me $1,600. I'm a man of my word. I called the owner of the company. I say, hey, look, the truck stop, it was filled, so I end up parking back here, you know, where I park my own trucks at, because I own one truck of my own. So I usually park my trucks there. So he was like, I told him, I said, hey, look, I'll pay for it. I was thinking maybe the dude was gonna cut me a break and say, hey, maybe 50-50. Hell no. That motherfucker told me I had to pay him back $200 a week. So I'm like, okay, whatever, it's my fault, you know. But, so that 1200 that he told me turned to 1,000. $1,000 off of goddamn 3,800 miles. You gotta be fucking kidding me, right? So with that being said, I look out for those companies like that. If you want me to drive Monday through Friday, I don't want your base pay. Give me a cents per mile, and I'm not accepting your 38 cents. You can kiss my ass with that. Because like I say, I've been doing this for too long, and I've been driving, you know, my driving record is clean. And you know, with 30 cents, that's what they start those rookies off with. Motherfucker, I ain't no goddamn rookie. So pay me as such. So with that said, guys, how my man say, keep the rubber side down. Y'all stay safe. Stay fresh out there. Get that money. Peace out.